there, guys. How's it going? This is MumNSon. My name is Jay.
I'm Alicia.
And this is our little channel we just put together. It's something that we do where we just talk about life and life topics because we usually have these chats.
All the time.
Anyway.
All the time.
And we're like always helping out family members and
yeah,
looking at things in different levels. So we thought, hey, why not share it with you? And if it could be of use in any type of way, then I guess we've done our job and, you know, feel nice to help others as well.
Yeah, because everything we talk about and everything we say, it's almost as if it'd be great if other people can get to hear this as well.
It's true.
So,
exactly. So welcome along. Today we are going to be talking about regret.
Yeah.
I think that's something that just sort of
many of us have regrets about life, regrets about decisions, regrets about, you know, almost any topic or anything. So let's just give our view and opinion on that.
Yeah. I mean, when I think about regrets, and as you said, there's different types. There's some where you could regret something in your relationship in the past, or whether
decisions you've made,
was a decision, or whether it was a job, this and that. I guess, like, when we break it down a bit more, we kind of want to learn from whatever we've previously done, but do you think sometimes we also hold ourselves a bit to guilt or shame for a decision we've made, and it's almost like we're still living with that feeling of regret rather than saying, oh well, it happened.
I think regret should be a learning experience. That if you hold on to it too much, that eventually you just carry it with you wherever you go, and with whatever you do, you're always living in that mode of regret. So what I feel people need to do with regret is to accept what went wrong, or accept if somebody did something to you, or if you have regrets about a decision you made or something you did. Accept it and say, okay, what did I learn from that? And then say, the next thing, how can I move on from that? I'm not going to carry this with me. It's not going to define my future.
And I think that's a good thing that you mentioned. And a lot of things that people go through is we sometimes carry it so much that we live our life from that perspective of a tarnished regret. Rather than saying, that's a part of my journey. As you said, like, when you see it more as learning in life and a sort of a learning curve, you kind of say, yes, it did happen. I'm not going to say it didn't and try to sweep it under the carpet or something like that. But I also understand that if life is like a journey, it's just a part of the process.
Absolutely.
But whatever is yet to come and I can do doesn't have to I don't have to still live from that perspective anymore and carry that with me.
It doesn't have to define you. It doesn't. Something you've done in the past that you regret doesn't have to define you for the future.
Exactly.
It doesn't have to make you say, right, you know, I'm going to live my life. I can't really live my life because of the past. Isn't it? It's like carrying the past with you continuously, carrying it on your shoulder, which it doesn't serve any purpose. It becomes a burden. So this thing about regret is people just have to, at some point, make a decision to let it go and to actually say, fine, I acknowledge it. Most of all, I learn from it. But it doesn't have to define me from now on.
Exactly. And I think that's true, because when you do it, or when you see it from the way that you've talked about, it's almost like it becomes a lesson and you then move on to be someone new or be your best self or to keep growing.
Correct.
Whereas when you have the regret, it's almost like driving forward but looking in the rearview mirror still.
Absolutely. It's like you know, something on your back
Yeah.
that you're constantly carrying with you, and you can never be yourself, can you?
Yeah.
If you're carrying a whole bunch of regret about choices and decisions you've made, it can be anything to do with, say, relationships, how you've treated people in the past.
That's true.
You know, what you've done to others in the past.
Yeah.
You know, even career choices or decisions you've made, you know, or relationships even, like how you treated someone, or, you know, how you have reflected and thought, you know, I shouldn't have done that. You know, why did I do that? There's nothing you can do. It's done. But you can keep playing in your mind over and over, like a video recorder, those situations, those circumstances, those decisions. Like, you can keep playing it in your mind and living in that place, and you're just stuck.
Yeah.
You can't move forward and you can't go backward, because you can't undo what's already been done. But then again, you find yourself, you can't move forward either.
Yeah.
So you have to, at some point, realize, I think, let's say, for example, you acknowledge it. And once you've acknowledged it, then you can say, okay, I accept it. I accept either my wrongdoings, or I accept my decision, good or bad, for better or for worse.
Exactly.
I have to now go forward. That's the only way.
That's the only way. And, you know, I think in summary, like, one of the nice ways, or the nicest things that you can do to yourself if you're ever in those situations, we'll probably talk more about it in like another video, is learn to forgive yourself as well, so that you allow yourself the freedom to actually move on. And that's something that we'll talk about in another video, maybe more. But that's that aspect, or starting to do that, can really help you erase or let go of a lot of stuff you've built up as well. And as I like what you said, the more we've played it in our minds and we've done it for so long, it's almost like the thing that we regret has now become so amplified that it's even heavier for us to carry. It's hard. It is hard, because there are things that in some way it may show that you might have done something back then with good intentions or something, or maybe you didn't and you regret that ever happened or whatever. But whatever happened, is like, you can't move forward if you're still carrying it, because it's going to wear you down. It's going to make you feel worse, and almost like you can't change the past, but you're not allowing yourself to change your future.
Correct.
And it's one of those things that can easily happen to anyone, but the longer you carry it, the more you stop yourself from actually starting to live life in the now and carrying on as well for the future.
Absolutely. Like, that's what I said in the beginning, is to try and avoid allowing these things to define you, you know, and to define the person you are, the person you think you're going to become, and the person you're going to be in the future. It's easy to hang on to those things, and they will start to define you, because every thought, every decision process you make will be
from that
perspective.
From that perspective. Or that belief system. Those binoculars, you know. That's
that's
what happens.
And it is like this kind of thinking, like blinkered way of viewing things and viewing life. But the minute you can try to let it go, you free yourself, essentially, don't you? You free yourself from, I would say, the burden of regret.
Exactly, and
that's what it is, a burden.
Exactly, it is a burden. I think that that's the best way to kind of summarize and wrap this up, is, you know, freeing yourself from the burden of regret, doing those things that we mentioned, or starting to see it from maybe some of the points that we picked out, can really help you, because once you see something a bit differently, that's all it takes for things to really change. It really does.
It does.
So,
because if you, okay, when you have regret, you'll be perceiving it from a very negative point of view.
Yeah, of course.
You know, if you feel good about a choice or decision you made, it's not regret, because you'll be happy.
Yeah.
Regret comes into it when you think about a choice or decision you've made, or the way you've treated someone, and you look back on it and you think it was wrong.
Yeah.
That's when it becomes regret, in that you wish you could change the past.
And what I'd add to that is everything that you said. And sometimes, because I mentioned this a bit earlier, but sometimes even if you did something and in that moment you thought, I'm doing this with good intention, but maybe you took a risk on something and it didn't pan out the way you wanted, and it's now put you in a
even
worse
money
situation.
decisions,
In money
like
decisions,
money decisions,
exactly. So it's like, regardless if it's something that you didn't intentionally do or know it was going to lead to having regret, or it was something that you did and it was like, hey, if you do this, you're going to regret it. You have to make peace with it, and you have to start to change your perspective on not only how you view it, but also how you view yourself now. And as you said, it's more unloading that whole burden. And it won't happen overnight if you spend every second of the day or every minute going over the same scenario as you said and building that up, and every decision now you're making is still based on that.
Or you even feel fearful to make a new decision, because you're thinking, well, what happened last time?
Well, that's true. Sometimes
what I did in the past,
and repeating,
and you know what? You don't even trust yourself.
Yeah,
you'll start to actually not trust yourself anymore. It's thinking, because of my past, because of what I regret, I don't even trust myself to make a new decision or go forward and view things differently. And you're just literally stuck in a cycle.
It's true.
You know, and I think if we could pass on any type of advice today, is to, I would say, number one, acknowledge it.
Yeah, true.
Learn to live with it and see it from a place of acceptance. And once you can acknowledge it,
I think that was the second one as well. Acceptance. Once you acknowledge it, it's almost. But don't acknowledge it judging yourself. Just acknowledge it for whatever it is and whatever it's been.
Correct.
And then accept it for whatever it is and whatever it's been.
That's it. And I think once you can accept it and say, even if it was wrong, you know, we grow from our mistakes.
Yeah.
We grow from the wrong, some of the wrong that we do. It's not always that, because wouldn't it be funny if everything you did in life was right?
Well, that's it.
What would we learn? We wouldn't grow.
The growing curve or situation in life isn't like a straight line. It goes up, it goes down. You know, sometimes you're going to the peaks, sometimes you're in the valleys, this and that. But as long as you can just avoid always going in those peaks and those low moments, and if you're there, just raise yourself back up. But for everyone, it's always going to be up and down. It's never a straight line.
Never.
I just grow and I growth, and it's always that. You know, when you go through challenges, when you make choices,
that is when
like
you have that's when you have your greatest learning. You know, if we did everything right, if we didn't make the wrong choices and the wrong decisions, we wouldn't as people grow in any way. We would just stay as we are. Because it's these life lessons, it's these mistakes that help us become, and, you know, sadly to say, sometimes it's wrong decisions and even to say further, like sometimes even unknown tragedy and things that help you grow or start to change who you are.
It's true.
So in terms of, as you were saying, trying to grow from this learning experience, it is not about, I want to live my life, I want to be right every time, and I want to make the right decisions. We do all want to make the right decisions, but we can't, because we're only human. So, accept that wrongdoing, or accept it and say, okay, what did I learn from that? Who am I going to become as a result of it? You know, and as you said, avoid. You can say like, I'm going to avoid doing that again.
Yeah. So it's more like, in summary, it's like acknowledge, accept, and then avoid is also one of the things, doing it again. And also the other thing is, what lessons can you learn? Sort of learn. And as I said, not seeing it from a judgmental way that you then fall in the same hole again by thinking, oh, but it was so bad and then it was the worst thing ever. But looking at it and saying, okay, I did this and that happened, and I accept that. Yeah. What can I learn from it so that I can start to move on and I can make the right choices going forward? And that's... Yeah, and, you know, don't allow it to burden you anymore. Let it go. Yeah, and redefine yourself. It's true. Knowing that you kind of have understood the process, and although it's not going to define you, you have understood it and learnt from it, and then you can go forward like positively and see life in a new light. You can begin to say, I'm not going to define myself with all that from the past anymore. I'm going to look forward positively to what changes I can make, what I can do with my life, and, you know, basically stop holding yourself back, isn't it? That's exactly it. Yeah. Well, I think that sums up nicely, and that wraps up. We hope you have enjoyed and taken something from it. And anything else you want to also add to that? Yeah, well, we'll be bringing out more of these videos, and you know, what do they always say? Like, share, subscribe. Exactly. If you like the channel, if you like everything you've heard, you like this video, like, share, subscribe, be a part of the family, and get involved in the chat as well. Until the next video. Oh, also, if they have any questions or if you've got any questions, exactly, just throw them our way in the comments. As below. I said, this is stuff we do with our family and with each other when we're, you know, next to each other on the phone. Yeah. So if you have any questions that could be of help that we could go over or help you with, then please leave them in the comments section. Yeah. And as I said, be a part of the family. So. Until then, you know, this is mother and son. Mother and son, like switching the roles up. But, you know, mum and son, Jay and Alicia. Yeah, just saying thanks and see you soon. See you soon.